I'm Tim Cummings, and this is Nonetheless. When a service member or veteran whom I did not know passes away, I will often write, "A soldier I never knew, my brother nonetheless," with corrections as needed based on their branch of service and gender. But for Navy personnel, I have a slightly different version. On December 7th, 2018, at the Dallas-Fort Worth National Cemetery, my son and I attended the funeral of Albert Kane, a USS Oklahoma sailor during the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, and whose remains had been verified through DNA only recently. 77 years earlier in Pearl, it was a gorgeous Hawaiian morning, bright and sunny, and because of the Sunday routine, peaceful. Nonetheless, because of the vicious attack that claimed the lives of over 2,300 service members, when we hear the word infamy, we reflect on that awful morning. For those in the naval service that day, 15 Medals of Honor and 51 Navy Crosses were awarded for valor. And on the Oklahoma, Albert and 428 of his shipmates had already perished or were trapped in the overturned vessel. Nonetheless, a sleeping giant awakened, and Congress, voting 470 to 1, declared war on Japan. Days later, Adolf Hitler declared war on the United States. Congress voted again, and we went to war around the world. For days, sailors trapped in the capsized Oklahoma tapped and tapped on the bottom of the ship as it protruded from the water, while civilian and Navy workers tried desperately to reach them. For days it went on, and 32 men were rescued. The tapping lessened, then it stopped, but the determined warrior rhythm resonated for the rest of the war. Albert didn't survive the day of infamy. Nonetheless, he and all lost in the attack were in spirit with the sailors, Marines, soldiers, airmen, and merchant mariners who fought for the next 4 years. Had he survived the war, Albert would have been 45 years old when I was born. I had never spoken to a Kane family member until December 7th, 2018. Nonetheless, I felt a connection to him. We were both engineering sailors, both Texans, both enjoyed photography and filmmaking, and we both served on ships home-ported in Pearl Harbor. On December 7th, 1941, Albert was among the defenders whose life was stilled. Nonetheless, their loss gave rise to every motion of the war effort until victory was achieved, first in Europe and then the Pacific. 77 years later to the day, I approached the Kane family and handed them the rank insignia I wore when I was a Pearl Harbor sailor, and I said to them, it was in the shadow of men like Albert Kane I served. Because a cohesive team is essential in any successful operation, the Navy stresses the importance of being a shipmate. As a sailor, you are expected to be a shipmate to all. Shipmate is a status that is earned and one that can last a lifetime and span generations. And so, Albert Kane, a sailor I never knew, my shipmate nonetheless.